Hello, my name is Chase, and before we start this very interesting episode of Troupe Talk, I would like to formally welcome you guys to the 2020-2021 season of the show. Fun thing about this episode is that I just learned today, which is Sunday, the day this is supposed to be uploaded, that my recording software did not pick up my voice the entire session. So that's fun. Luckily, I didn't have too much to add to the conversation, so you're not missing out on too much on that. But it is still a little annoying. So I am recording this little opening, and I will be, adding the questions that I asked as interjections, just because those are important. But beyond that, yeah. As I would have said in the video itself, if you were able to hear me, is this first episode, these first couple of episodes for this year are gonna be learning experiences. We're gonna get into the swing of things using these first couple of episodes, and we ask that you please be patient with us. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy. The first question that I asked Abby and Lexi are, what's it like so far being on a council with two co-presidents?
Uh, I mean, it's kind of just like the same thing. Me and Lexi both, our first time on council, we had co-presidents. So,
Yeah,
Ethan and Ellie were our presidents. So we are used to having two presidents.
it doesn't entail much, I guess. It's sort of just like how we are as leaders, and Abby and I have worked really closely with one another, like entire like freshman and sophomore anyways. So being on being together as presidents isn't that much of a step, personally, I feel.
Yeah.
As techs, what was your favorite show to tech for, and what did you do?
Lexi, do you want to start?
I am trying to think. Um, Cinderella was Cinderella was, I feel like, the most fun personally, because like Cinderella all around was just a really fun show, and I really like working on sound, and I was hoping to do more of that this year. But I was on the soundboard with Janessa Jacob, and obviously like the watching the show every was so much fun. We would just like be sitting up in the booth, like talking, mouthing out the lyrics and singing. It was, yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I feel like that would be my favorite.
That sounds so fun. I have never been up in the booth like for a show. I'm definitely more of a backstage tech. And my favorite show probably was Brothers. I was the house manager. And it was just really fun to be able to talk to other people because that show we didn't get a lot of ushers. So the house manager had to be out there doing some of the ushering jobs, but I also had a lot of downtime during the show so that I could get closer to the cast. And I think overall I made a lot of better friendships and I got really comfortable with what I was doing.
The only time I've been backstage, I kind of got the short end of the deal during Butterfly because I was one of the assistant directors, so I had to sit backstage, but there were no curtains, and that show was just such a downer, and so we didn't get to have any fun or talk to one another while we were backstage.
Butterfly
Yeah,
was a weirdly set up show. I
I
remember
remember. I remember being ensemble and sitting backstage. It was awkward.
that show was really weird to be like setting up for. I didn't personally tech during the show. I ushered, but building it as a stagecraft student, it was extremely weird because we brought down the shells, which is something that we
Mm-hmm.
usually use for choir. And so it was really weird to use it for that and then to have zero curtain. I was like this is weird, guys. I don't know how I feel.
The curtains just felt, in my opinion, the curtains were just like too formal for this show.
Right.
And like bringing the shells down, I remember having the conversation where we were talking about bringing those in. It really just, the effect it was supposed to give was them like closed in, bringing like the ceiling lower. And I think it really did that effect. It was a really powerful design choice.
It really was.
That show was very memorable for me. But the thing is, the one thing I do remember is just I can't remember who it was. I believe it was Ryan who had the who just had one role, not one role, but he was mainly on, I think, an ensemble character. But I remember he had one really loud speaking role where he said to yell "Arctoon" and just starts screaming across the stage.
I
I
remember
don't know
that.
why, but that clip of him yelling it is just stuck in my head, and I don't know why.
In honor of the great alum Chepe Korea Manera, cheesy bread or garlic bread?
Cheesy bread.
That's a really, really hard question. I'm lactose intolerant. So
I feel
I
like that would make it an easy decision, Abby.
no, hear me out. Hear me out, guys. I love cheese. But I
Honestly, fair.
know that I will not have a very fun night if I eat cheesy bread.
Yeah.
So, I will still pick cheesy bread over garlic bread, but I will suffer some consequences.
I can't help
know
but think
how I
of
would live if I was lactose intolerant. I eat cheese almost like every single day in some way or another.
Yep.
I can't help but think of the video of the, what's it, when a vampire tries garlic bread, it just shows him trying to take bites over and over. It's like, why are you doing that? You hate it. It's like, well, it's just so good.
Do you two have any dream shows, whether that's as an actor or as tech?
Rent is my answer for everything. It's been my favorite movie since I was a child, which is very weird because of the type of show that it is, but if we could do that show, if Steenson said we were doing that show, I would probably break down in tears.
I love that. That's really hard. My freshman year, quick story. My freshman year in Stagecraft, you do a design project, and I chose The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Really awesome show, and it's about a autistic kid that is discovered with a dead dog, and but that isn't the focus of the story, but it is in some weird way, and so it's really weird. And there's a lot of moving pieces, and so set wise, it's really difficult to create a set. And so I think if I had to choose a show, I'd want to do that show because I would want to bring in my aspects of the show into reality. We were gonna see it right before Corona hit, and I was so excited. I was like, I can't.
I was excited too. I was really looking forward. Yeah, Steenson showed the videos of the dog class when we were talking about going to see the show, and Janessa and I just like looked at each other and were like drooling over it. It was so fun.
It's so cool. It reminds me of it, kind of, but also my second one would be Warhorse. Because in Warhorse, you actually have horses on stage. And since you can't bring real animals on stage, they use these human contraptions that follow a horse, and the techs have to do it. And it's so interesting to see how their body moves while in the costume, quote unquote. And so
That
that's
sounds
probably
insane.
why I loved it.
What is your favorite backstage story from any show?
Let me think. Oh, my favorite is the night that just everything went wrong at Brothers Grimm. As the house manager, I usually like caught like mistakes and whatever. I was the one who brought the coffee on stage. If an actor left something on stage, I would have to go get it. You know, if something like that happened, and the pre-show, everything just went wrong. Everything. The coffee wasn't made in time, so I had to bring that out. Jenny Griffith dropped her mug in center stage, so I had to go out there and clean it up. But then they were coming on stage, and so me and Jenny, this will be in my brain for the rest of my life. I was walking up the stairs. There were stairs going from the apron to the stage, and I walked up there, and me and Jenny met at the stage, so stage level, and we just turned and we looked at each other in complete anger because the characters that we had created just for that little scene were just hated. We hated each other. And so I would just look so angry. And then she forgot her blanket on stage right before the show started. Or no, sorry, wrong way. Right before pre-show started, she forgot her blanket on stage, and in order to do one of her scenes, she uses the blanket. And so I had to go on stage and do that, and I was just like, this is too much people for me. Every single time I walked off that stage, I was shaking. I hate going on stage.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like when you're out there acting, I don't, at least personally, I don't realize there's people out there. At least I don't notice it because the lights are so bright. It's just dark, so I don't see much personally.
Getting up on stage in general is such a fear for me. Like I had to work up the courage to tell Stinson that I would give the house manager a speech for this. And I would be like backstage before the show started, going over my lines, quote unquote, for what to tell the audience. I probably looked insane just like talking to myself.
What are some hobbies that you two have?
I am a huge music lover. I have like a collection of CDs and records, so a lot of the time I'm listening to music and I'm slowly, very extremely slowly trying to teach myself how to play guitar recently. But other than that, a lot of my time is spent playing Sims, or recently I am making my way through the Walking Dead comic books.
Um, that's kind of hard. Quarantine has put me in a weird place. Yeah, hobby wise. But my birthday was over the summer. It was August, and my family had got just a whole bunch of art supplies. And I was a painter before that, but I wasn't big on it. And now, since quarantine has hit, I've literally, anytime I have downtime, I am painting or I'm doing something artistic, listening to music while painting. I have painted my body. I've painted so many canvases and so many weird things. Actually, me and Tristan, the other council member, are dating, and for one of our like dates, he came to my house and we sat in the front yard and we painted for 6 hours.
Wow.
I am a white human. I was in direct sunlight and I ended up getting a second-degree burn.
Oh,
It was so painful. It was across both of my shoulders. I still have the tan line. And this was in like July, I think. Like it was so bad and it was so painful. I got prescribed silver and pain medicine and I couldn't move the first 3 days. My entire back was blistered. It was so bad, but like I got a really good painting out of it. So I don't even care.
You need to show us what you guys painted.
Oh yeah.
The 2020 to 2021 school year just started, and I know we all have our opinions on a lot of the less positive stuff involving it, but what's something you're looking forward to?
Currently,
Oh.
I am really looking forward to Halloween. I have a boyfriend and he lives in Eugene, so I'm heading down and spending Halloween and the day before and the day after of it with him and his family. And we're going to make cookies and watch a bunch of movies, and it's going to be a lot. As for the school year, though, Steenson just told me that I have a possibility of getting to check out one of our computers so I can play around with QLab, which is the
Ooh.
sound cue software that we have, so I could work on as part of my leadership period.
That is so fun. Um what am I excited for? That sounds really cool. I wish that I was able to do that. But I'm not. What I like to call myself is I'm not a techie. I'm like a stagehand techie. Besides the point, I'm also really excited for Halloween. Me and Tristan and his friend from Gresham, we are dressing up as Lock, Shock, and Barrel from Night Before Christmas.
I love
And
that.
Nice.
That's
I
so
know
fun.
we're dressing up my new puppy as the bathtub that they like ride around in, and I am just so excited. We have no clue what we're doing, but as long as I get pictures out of it, I am fine.
That is so cute.
School year wise, that's a really good question, Chase. I would say getting college credits, but I had to drop all of my AP classes because I could not handle them during quarantine. So, so I had to drop those. But I think I'm just overall excited to see how I get to do stagecraft and leadership this year. Um, Yeah, I terrified, but also I think I'm gonna get a lot more of the tech side out of being a technician. So
I don't really have any. I mean, I might go over to my aunt's. I'm not sure. Help my cousins with whatever because one's 4, the other one's 2. So we're gonna be taking them around the neighborhood or something, or maybe we're just staying in the house and ordering food. I'm not sure.
I saw this thing on Instagram that was saying the most perfect Halloween costume was dressing up as one of the little dudes from Among Us. I just thought
Yeah,
that was really fun.
yes,
I really want to do that, but I don't know if I can find an orange spacesuit.
Just as a little check-in for this section, Among Us, if you are unaware, if you are watching this in any year that is later than 2020, um, Among Us is a game where you basically have to lie to your friends in space. And if you are, so basically if you're the imposter, you're trying to knock everyone out, and, win the game by being one of the last few remaining, depending on how many imposters there are. And if you are a crewmate, you're trying to do tasks and make sure that everyone's like working towards an end goal. And you can win by having everyone do all of their tasks, or the other way to win is by finding out who the imposters are and kicking them out.
yes,
There's
Accurate.
little spacemen. They're little spacemen, multicolored at times, and they can have like little hats on, whatever you want to disguise them as.
oh, so fun.
I'm assuming YouTube is still around, however late you guys are listening to this episode, but Jacksepticeye and Corpse and PewDiePie and Markiplier, they all have plenty of really fun videos to go check out.
I love watching those.
Yeah, it gets to a point where the loudest person wins. It's annoying.
Very annoying. It's funny when you're watching someone play. It's not funny when you're playing with the person. The
Wait,
screen.
can I say a scenario I had to go through that's kind of funny?
Yes.
It has to do with the game. And I'm sorry if it's off topic with the whole idea of this being a theater podcast, but so I'm playing it, right? I'm very much a fan of walking away and coming back to like try baiting something. So one of my friends is standing on top of a vent, which is, in case you didn't know, imposters can go through vents and kind of move around the facility and kind of hide bodies, kill and sabotage certain things around the facility that you have to fix. And I had a friend that was standing on top of there. I knew he was innocent, so he was just standing there. And I walk away, and then I walk back. I see someone hop out, kill them. I report it. I'm sitting there telling them like this actually happened. I got him with the bait, and then I told them my entire alibi. And they're like, "Okay, what's this guy's alibi? The guy that I saw kill." He just repeats my alibi, and they buy it. And I was so angry. I'm like, he's a pathological liar who I caught in the act, and you still trusted him over me.
Mood.
I was so furious. I was furious afterwards because that was for the win. That was if they didn't vote me off, we would have won.
What is your favorite song from any musical?
Oh,
Chase, you literally just asked like the hardest question.
I
My favorite
can't
song
think of any.
musical, maybe Goodbye Love, Rent. Really like that song. It goes through many changes. It's a really long song, but it's really good. That's the first one that came to my mind. Oh, it's
Huh.
really good. For warning, I prefer the movie soundtrack. It has a lot of original Broadway cast on there. But I don't care for the originating person for the character Mimi. So that's why I prefer the movie soundtrack because I much prefer Rosario Dawson's voice. But yeah, that's the first song.
That's fair. I'm gonna sound in the theater world kind of basic. I really, really like Defying Gravity from Wicked. I know that's like everyone's go-to thing.
It's a bop though.
Like just on a car ride, just blasting that and just screaming those lyrics, just it puts you in a mood, and I just love it.
So this is my first podcast. This is my first ever time doing anything. So I also want to answer this question, but I absolutely, out of all the songs that we've performed on stage, my favorite one is probably I mean, we didn't perform this one, but it was a song that happened in one of our shows, Little Mermaid. She's in Love was probably my favorite songs from that entire play. I love that one. It's a very good doo-woppy kind of beat, and I like it a lot. When we went to see, was it Rex Putnam do their version of Little Mermaid? Did Rex Putnam do Little Mermaid? I believe so. I saw it with Skylar, Jenny, and Emson.
Yeah, Rex did The Little Mermaid.
And out of the
Especially when you've worked with the show for so long and you go see someone else, you can notice all the little differences and things that they added themselves to make it original. And so you just appreciate it all so much more.
Mhm.
And probably out of the two songs that we have not done anything related to, the two songs that I really like, one's a play, one isn't, but it's a musical nonetheless. It was I like Sincerely Me from Dear Evan Hansen because I'm basic like that, but
It's a
I
great
like that song. It's great because I like songs that where two people play off each other.
Yes.
And Chase and I know this one. I'm not sure if Lexi and Abby know this, but No Matter What from the Steven Universe musical. I love that one. No Matter What. It's such a good song. Yeah, because I like it when a duo plays off itself. It's really nice.
Another song that came to mind when you asked the question, Chase, was Still Hurting from the last 5 years. It's a heart-wrenching song. It's so good.
I just want to interject here and say, first of all, if you have any questions for the next guest or guests for Troupe Talk, which will be in about 2 weeks, we'll be releasing the next episode. We do not know who the next guests will be, and we probably won't know until pretty close to recording. But if you would like to ask general questions, you can leave them down below. And if you would like to ask questions specifically for the person or people that will be on the next episode, you can actually catch the post where we announce who those people are, on our Instagram, which is Reynolds Theater. And of course, if you like this content, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, just to make sure that we can get more and more people coming to us and enjoying just listening to us talk, and other things, of course. There are other things that are going up on this channel. And yeah, thank you very much for listening, and yeah, I'll let you continue.
But yeah,
I would just throw this out there too. If you have any more questions for Abby and I, ask them down in the comments, and Abby and I will stalk the comment section and answer your questions.
Yeah. And just after this video, remember to check in every 2 weeks because me and Chase will be here asking questions to council members, theater members, anything. You know what? Yeah. What is your opinion like working with us actors? Like, are we kind of stupid? What do you think of us? Like, are we sitting here like practicing our lines while they're like, no idea how much we're working for?
Cohen, you are going to get two very, very different opinions, because I feel there are two different types of techs. I talked about this earlier, but there is a why can I not think about the word? I'll say my role first. Backstage techs, in my opinion, we talk to the actors more. We really get to know those actors a lot, not a lot better, but I think we see those weird quirky things that you guys do, and I think that that's really, really cool. And then there's people who are in the booth, and their life is in that booth. Like they don't have the time to talk to and kind of deal with the actors.
Honestly, Abby, I was gonna say like someone along the lines of the same, because like I am the booth tech. I don't spend as much time back there as Abby does. Personally, I have two moods when I go backstage. Either I need to talk to one person directly, but you guys are in a big group, so you guys are very intimidating. So I'm just like really shy. And there are the other times where I'm down there on a mission and I need to get something done, but you guys won't stop talking, and so I have to barge in there and use my big like stage manager tech voice and like try and get your guys' attention. So yeah, you're either very intimidating or very irritating.
I can understand that.
To be blunt.
Those tasks, to me, as someone who constantly works with these people backstage, and I see them all show, you kind of just get comfortable and you're like, you know what? I am a tech. I am the reason this freaking show is working right now. Okay? So
Preach,
if
Abby.
I have something that I need to get done, I will yell and tell you guys to be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I think we help make up for the annoyances that the actors cause that you get to join backstage for all the shenanigans because. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's worth it watching you guys goof off on stage for 2 hours.
All right, and that is all the time that we have for today. So I would like to thank our lovely guests, Abby Fox and Lexi Tackman, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
It was really fun, Chase. Thank you.
Really fun.
And with that, I have been Chase.
And I've been Cohen.
And this has been Troupe Talk. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.